am Renea, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am a dyke.
My name's Jessie. I use they, she pronouns, and I'm a non-binary lesbian.
I'm Aniela. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm a non-binary, queer person.
I'm Natasha. I use she, her pronouns, and I am queer.
Right. When I think of the word feminine, I think of soft, and I think of calm and loud and everything. I think of soft.
I think when I think of feminine, it's kind of like two separate definitions. I have like the idea of femininity that I feel like I was raised with, and then I kind of have a different version of femininity that I feel like I embody more now. How I think of femininity now is a lot more like loud and individual, I guess.
The word femininity, the first thing that comes to my mind is my mom, but also just the idea of motherhood more generally. The idea of Mother Earth and just giving and being able to grow things and produce things and water things and nourish things. I think about it's like a cycle almost. There's this, I don't know, I don't like to put it in a box, but I think of femininity very much as a cycle of life.
When I think of femininity, I also do think of my mother, because I think I grew up in a very traditional Asian household, so that the gender roles were very separate. And so the idea of femininity for me was always the idea of being nurturing and soft. It's changing the definition today for me. I don't think that femininity is just being soft. I think it's a very, what Jessie said, super individual thing.
Physically, I think it was hard for me to consider myself feminine in the way I wanted to be feminine, because I was being put in the male gazy version of feminine with just the way I look. So I think by trying to separate how I look from how I feel and act, yes, I would say that I am feminine, but it's hard for me to embrace that fully, because every time I do, I seem to fall back into the male desire box thing, and then I don't like to be feminine in the way that men want me to, but every time I am feminine, I think that's what happens. So it's yes, but also I hesitate saying yes fully.
I think I am feminine, and I think that femininity to me is really tied with trying really hard, and I hate that. I hate that aspect of it so much. So I think for myself, I would see myself as feminine, but I think it's in contrast to how I started the statement. I think it's a lot harder for other people to see me like that for a lot of reasons, but I do. I think I'm very feminine.
Well, I think for a really long time, my idea of femininity was totally governed by polarity, and this idea of you're either feminine or you're not. This idea of being feminine and embodying femininity was a bad thing. And then as I got older, it flipped, and it was the exact opposite. And I feel like I was either in this absolutely hatred of femininity or trying so hard to fully embody femininity. I'm not comfortable being fully feminine, and I'm not comfortable being fully masculine. And it was such an idea of opposites, of polarities. You can be one or the other. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's more a scale.
I think I get rid of as mask a lot more because I am black. To be feminine in the mainstream versus to be feminine as a black woman just within black society, it's very much two different things you're striving for. It's really hard in mainstream or in white society to be read as feminine when you're black. I feel like you are kind of making up for the fact that you're black and having to overcompensate in different ways and hide your blackness to be read as feminine.
Race does play a part in femininity and our access to it, and whether or not we're able to embrace it, of what embracing it means in certain spaces. It's what you're comfortable with. Whatever you want femininity to be is femininity.
Pink like the paradise found. Pink when you're blushing.